Today, I want you to understand that's not what God has for us. And guys, if you're going through this season right now, if you're here today and you feel like just, man, I have no hope at all, I want today, if possible, that we can just begin to put our hands around this thing of how amazing God is and the thing that He has for us. I want you to look right quick in this very first thing. You know, with George Bailey, man, he was basically just discouraged with his life, job, whatever it may be. He was just down. He was just down on life. And do you realize that you know, if we're sick, how many of you guys have battled that flu, that virus that come through? You know what I'm saying? Man, that was not fun. It knocked me down. If it knocks me down, it's pretty bad. I don't get sick a lot of times, but it knocked me down on my hiney, and I did not like it. But you know, with that, we know we can take some medicines. Some of you people will go get shot. I mean, I think Greg Gage, like, is it time for me to get another cocktail shot? You know, I mean, he's like on schedule. I mean, he just goes and gets one for the fun of it. Homie don't play that. So, you know, I believe in medicine, and if it comes in pill form or liquid form, I'm good. But if it comes in a needle, you can keep it. I'll just die with whatever I got. But, you know, we physically get sick. We physically, you know, not feeling good. We'll go to the doctor, and man, the doctor say, well, here, this is what you need. And a couple of days we're better. But there's a sickness out there that's called discouragement, depression. And have you ever been depressed? Have you ever been just inside you just hurts so bad? Inside you just, man, like, I cannot fix this. I cannot. There's not a medicine. There's not a drink. There's not anything that can get away. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that I've talked to says, man, you try to drink it away. You try to take a drug to get it away. And it's there. Every time you come back to reality, it's there. And you're just totally, you don't know what to do. You cannot fix it. And it's not just like an ouch pain. It's a pain that comes from within that will not go away. That you can't numb, that you can't get rid of. You're just like, man, I don't know what to do. I want us to look at some scripture. I want us to look at some stuff. Right now, God is wanting to do something in your life. He's wanting to take that pain away. He's wanting to give you hope. And when I say hope, I'm not talking about that hope out there that's like, whoo, maybe. Hey, I hope that happens, or I hope this. I'm going to give you hope that is solid. Hope that is connected to something solid that we can stand on and live by. Look right here in God's scriptures, right here in Proverbs. It says in 13:12, it says, hope deferred makes a heart sick. Hope deferred makes a heart sick. So what I'm telling you guys, if we don't have hope, if you don't have hope in your life, if you are taking hope and you're just pushing it away, I'm telling you, you're going to get sick. That's what the Bible's telling us. Your heart is going to be sick. And you guys know if you have a heart attack, is there anybody in here that's had a heart attack before and can remember it and know what you went through? Did it hurt? Say, no, that felt great. No, I mean, they say that if you can have your mind enough to know it don't knock you completely out. Let's say it's a feeling like an elephant standing on your chest. And just think about your heart right now. Your heart is sick. If you don't have any hope, if you're saying, man, there's just no hope left for me. There's no hope left for my life. There's no hope left for this marriage. There's no hope left in this job. I mean, your heart is apt to just crush. And in that, everything else around you is going to follow suit. I mean, that's hard, guys. That's terrible. It's just a cave-in. And what happens is do you realize that most of these people that we're talking about today that are battling this depression, this hopelessness, wind up in suicidal cases? Wind up to the point where they don't even care anymore. Their families go away, their jobs go away, everything that they've ever worked for goes away because of the hopelessness. And I'm telling you today, the God we're talking about has hope. And it is something amazing, guys. So you just hang in there tight. Make sure everybody's got one of these. Everybody's got your fill in the blank. All right, good. Here we go. Our first one, when hope comes in, and there's several things that we're going to talk about. These first three is hopelessness. What happens when we find out that we were hopelessness, okay? The first thing is we're disorientated. We're disorientated. If you get out there, man, and the thing about disorientated is have you ever, and I have to relate back to football. Everybody's been watching football this weekend, and your team might have won or lost or whatever. But the thing that I relate back in the football realm of being disorientated, there's a guy in Highlands, Tennessee named Ernest Fields. He went on to play linebacker at UT. He was a year older than I was, and I was a junior, and I thought that I could run through that wall, and I could have, but I couldn't run through Ernest Fields, and I found that out in a head-to-head competition. He hit me, and when he hit me, it literally popped both screws out of my face mask, and my face mask was stuck straight out. And I got up, and I'm like, I'm missing something. I don't know what's going on. And the funny thing about it is it's on film and everything. I go to the Highlands sideline in a sideways trot. And I mean, I was moggling me. And I was disorientated. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I could find no direction. And I wound up going towards the purple side instead of the red side. And that's not a good place to be in that game. But anyway, my guys come running across the field. They grab me and they pull me back. And of course, it got humorous then. Everybody's laughing on film day on Monday. But being disorientated is not a fun thing. It's not a good thing. You ever woke up in a place and you're like, whoa, where am I? And you kind of get panicked? Well, I want us to look right here. And I'm going to have to go back over here to some notes that I wrote down because I had a bunch of them in this thing. One of the things that I guess is probably one of the coolest illustrations of this, me and my buddies when we was in college, I had a buddy that lived in Lubbock, Texas. His dad was an evangelist, and he was just just a really cool guy. And you know, college folks, you know this, you walk in on Wednesday afternoon and your roommate says, hey, I'm going home. You want to go with me? Yeah, let's go. And so I didn't look at a map. But from Walnut Ridge, Arkansas to Lubbock, Texas is a long way. I mean a long way in a vehicle. And so anyway, we jumped in and we took off and went out there and spent a couple of days. And on our way back, when we got out into the flat of Lubbock, Texas, and when I say flat of Lubbock, Texas, we saw Lubbock, Texas for 4 hours before we got to it. I ain't kidding. I mean, that's how flat it is out there. And all you can see is the oil rigs and stuff going up and down. And we're headed out there. And on the way back, the weather was changing. And we ran into a fog storm, I guess is what you'd call it. I don't know if a fog storm or not. Anyway, and when I tell you fog storm, I'm telling you it was dense. We couldn't see anything. I'm talking about literally you could barely see to the end of the hood of the car. College kids, remember? Let's see how fast we can go. You know, and it just didn't make sense. And it was very scary. Another situation that I've been in a fog situation was duck hunting on the Tennessee River. Me and the guys have been hunting this place 15 years on the Tennessee River. Wide open, big, no big deal. We took off from the boat ramp and we had spotlights, big spotlights. But the fog was so thick, we were loading the boat and you couldn't see the guy at the end of the boat. And we're talking 16 to 18 foot boat. That's how thick the fog was. But hey, we're duck hunting. We got to go. We got to get out there. They took off in the boat. By the way, this is one of the most dangerous things. It's dumb. Don't do this if you ever don't do this. They took off, and I'm like, man, we don't need to go. We was carrying 2 boats out. We don't need to go. I know where we're going and stuff. Man, you have no landmarks. You have nothing solid, nothing. You can't see the buoys. You can't see nothing. So you're just basically going on blind faith. But that guy says, man, I've been doing this for 15 years. I know exactly. Man, that boat knows how to get there. I'm just tell you something that's going to blow your mind. In 15 minutes, they pulled right back up to the same spot. And he goes, how'd y'all beat us here? He literally thought, he literally thought we had beat them to the duck blind. And all they did was went out there and circled and wound up right at the back, same spot, because they picked up our light. And they thought we'd beat him to the duck blind. He just swore that he was right where he was supposed to be. That's scary. That's scary. And guess what? There's people in this room right now that are so disorientated in their life that you think you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you're not. Because you're going on blind faith.